Technology and Livelihood Education, COOKERY 10. Good day, Grade 10 Dagohoy, for your Week 5, Evaluating the Quality Preserved Meat Products. After this lesson, students will acquire the most essential learning competency. First, discuss the proper storage of preserved meat. Second, enumerate the hygienic practices in storing meat products. Third, observe the proper techniques in storing meat. Brief introduction. Good quality pork has less than 1 1/4 centimeter of golden brown fat that covers the surface of the meat and a thoroughly cooked interior where meat has even pinkish color. It has also a juicy and tender texture, a pleasing aroma, and a tender season and a pleasing taste, with a slight hint of smoky flavor. Sausages of good quality are uniform in size and length. Each sausage in a whole piece has no rupture of casing even when pricked. The interior has a pinkish color when thoroughly cooked. A combination of juicy meat with spicy seasoning marks their flavor. Proper storage of preserved meat. Many processed items prepared for future use may be stored in the freezer. They should be wrapped in plastic or foil to prevent the occurrence of freezer-borne and avoid having a pulpy texture that comes from loss of moisture. Each item should be labeled with the name of the product, date of expiry, and quantity. Processed food held in storage should be well covered or wrapped to keep them from absorbing odors and flavors from other foods. They should be held below danger zone temperatures. Processed meat should be packed in desired and easy to tow market units. Towing a 25-kilo pack of ground meat, for example, will be difficult. Systematic freezing of food in quantity for long-term storage requires special freezing equipment. Food storage chart. Most canned foods can be stored at room temperature in a cold place and hold their eating quality for several months. They are safe to eat if there is no bulge on the can. Below 24 degrees Celsius is a good temperature for storage. Canned ham and other perishable meat should be stored in a refrigerator unless storage recommendation on the can state otherwise. This meat should not be frozen. Hygiene practices in storing meat products. To achieve high standard of sanitation, the following measures should be strictly observed. First, see to it that physical equipment and layout are conducive to sanitary practices. Second, handle, stored, and refrigerate food properly to prevent spoilage and contamination. Third, safeguard the food during distribution and service. Fourth, wash and sanitize dishes, glasses, utensils, and equipment. Fifth, clean floor walls, ceilings, counters, tables, and chairs regularly. 6. Eliminate vermin and rodents from food area. 7. Maintain adequate employer supervision and a constant program of education in sanitation for food service workers. 8. Make sure that food service employees are in good health and are not carriers of communicable disease. The three principal groups of communicable diseases must be guarded against in public feeding operation are respiratory, intestinal, and skin diseases. Require medical examination for food service employees. Last, provide a regular employee education on food service sanitation. Techniques in storing meat. Storage procedures for meat products. Safe storage. Meat is among the most perishable foods. This perishable ability makes it a potentially hazardous food. At ambient temperature, meat spoils so fast. It is therefore necessary to keep it in chill storage. Storing. Take time to store the food item. Store new purchases behind old ones and always use the old stock first. It's easy to put new purchase at the front. However, older stocks are overlooked and thus cause spoilage. This may include cereal and cereal products, sweeteners, oil, seasonings, and unopened cans and jars. Do not use kitchen cabinets above the refrigerator, stove, or oven for food storage. Never use the area under the sink for storing food because openings around water and drain pipes are impossible to seal. Pipes may leak and damage the food. If you reuse glass jars, wash them thoroughly. Wipe and air dry before using. This helps remove any traces of odors that may remain. 1. Refrigerator storage. A refrigerator provides cold temperatures for storing perishable foods such as dairy products, meat, fish, poultry, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Protein food should be stored in the coldest part of the refrigerator. Fruits and vegetables can be stored in less cold section or in a special compartment such as the crisper. If refrigerated foods are not properly wrapped, they will dry out and lose nutrients and flavor. Food should be well covered with plastic foil or wax paper or should be put in tightly covered containers. Garlic and sausages are strong flavored foods and should be wrapped tightly in plastic or foil and stored in an airtight container to prevent the transfer of aromas to other foods. Number 2, freezer storage. For proper freezing and storage, the temperature inside the freezer should be 18 degrees or lower. Store frozen foods in their original packages. Foods to be frozen should be put in moisture-proof wrapping. If plastic containers are used, allow about 2.5 cm of headspace at the top between the food and the lid so the food can expand when it freezes. Thaw food frozen in the refrigerator. Do not allow food to thaw at room temperature. At this point, microorganisms will begin to grow. Our sanitary law and regulation are so designed to safeguard and promote health. Bacteria are all around us, but they are so small that cannot be seen by the naked eye. There are hundreds of different kinds of bacteria. Some harmless bacteria are useful and necessary, such as those essential in preparing cheese. Other bacteria are essential in agriculture and industry. However, many types of bacteria are dangerous and cause disease if allowed to multiply and be transmitted to humans. Food contaminated with bacteria can make people sick. Some of the common illnesses are salmonellosis, perfringens poisoning, staphylococcal poisoning, and botulism. Sanitation is the best preventive measure against foodborne diseases. Sanitation means keeping bacteria out of foods through personal hygiene and proper handling procedure. It also means keeping the food at proper temperatures so bacteria already present do not have much chance to multiply. Bacteria enter food in two ways. Some are naturally present in food when you buy it. Others get in because of careless handling when food is prepared and served. Bacteria cannot travel by themselves. They are carried about by people, animals, and insects as well as objects. Salmonella bacteria, for instance, can be found in food such as raw meat, poultry, eggs, and dairy products. From these foods, the bacteria contaminate other foods in the kitchen. Staphylococcus bacteria are found not only in the raw meat but in the food handled with poor personal hygiene. The bacteria from food handlers can be transmitted to the food through sneezing and coughing. Bacteria thrive on food moisture and the right temperature in order to grow. With careless handling, this growing condition can occur in any kitchen. That will be all for week 5. Thank you for listening. Grade 10 Dagohoy. Have a great day.